What's up guys, this is Tampa Tech and I'm going to install these dual headrest monitors. These are a great value. I'll leave a link in the video description below. So here's the headrest itself. You gotta unzip it and ta-da, this is the 9-inch LCD screen, 600p resolution. You could connect your headphones right here, AV input, you could change your mode, AV1, AV2 button, power, IR sensor, it's pretty nice. And you could tilt it back and forth. And this is a universal headrest monitor. It works for pretty much any car that has a headrest. So on my headrest, I have thin rods. If you have thick rods, you're gonna probably use this, but I'm not gonna need these, so I'm gonna take them off. If you wanna spread apart these rods, what you're gonna have to do is pretty much walk them out. So you go like this, and then you go ahead and tug on them, and they should adjust. There you go. So now they're a little bit wider. It should fit in my car now. To remove the headrest, what you want to do is push the button on the side right here. That button. And then while you're holding the button down, you're going to put this micro Phillips head screwdriver in that pinhole. There's a pinhole right here on the side. And now would release the headrest. So you're going to push that in and then push this button in at the same time and then lift up. All right, next down here, you want to remove the seat cover if you have one, and then unlatch this, the bottom of the seat. Now, if you don't have access, if it does not unbuckle, you're going to need to use a razor and slice into the bottom of the car seat, somewhere in the corners, and then pull out the wire. So I would suggest doing it all the way on the bottom so you can't see it. So on both headrest monitors, the cable is coming out of the same rod. So it doesn't really matter which side you put this on, the driver's side or the passenger side. All right, so what you're gonna do is we're gonna take this hanger and we're gonna fish it down right here. And then you can see right here, now we're gonna tape the cable. Okay, and let's go ahead and send that down. Push that pin in. Okay, so once you pull down the cable for the headrest monitor in the back of the seat, then you want to connect the wire harness that has the audio, video, and the power and the ground. And that's going to be this one right here on my left. And then on this side, you'll see a dimple and small holes right here. You want to line it up perfectly because you don't want to bend the little pins inside of there. Once they're bent, it's going to be really hard to fix that. Alright, so just slide it in straight, and that dimple should lock right into that hole. And then you want to tuck it in here, and then to latch this, you're going to have to pull this up, all the way up, and then pull this all the way down. And it should zigzag right in. It has like a zigzag effect where it locks in. Lift that all the way up. There you go, and that's how that locks in. And then you want to insert the wire harness to the center console underneath the paneling, and that's where all the connections are going to go. I have my cigarette lighter port right here, and I'm going to power it on through the wiring inside here to my cigarette lighter port wires. And my audio video cables are going to be in here as well. And you want to give yourself a little bit of a slack or a loop right here, so whoever's sitting in the seat, you can slide it forward and back, and you don't have to worry about this wire or cable getting stressed and unplugging from inside this car seat. All right, so I ran the cables all right here to the center console. Right here is my center console cigarette lighter port wires, my 12-volt power port wires basically. And I hooked up a toggle switch to it so I could turn on and off that power port, that 12-volt power port, my cigarette lighter port. And the reason why I did that is because my Mustang, for some reason, when my car's turned off, my cigarette lighter port is still active, and I didn't want that. So that's why I hooked up a LED switch. If you have a Honda or a Toyota or a Lexus, you're probably not going to need to install that switch. When you turn off the car, usually the power port will turn off with the car. Here's all the cables I ran from the headrest monitors. And here they are right here. What we're going to do is grab the red and the black wire and let's separate those. I'm going to twist those black wires together. Do the same thing for the red one. And twist those together. And twist these together. Now you don't have to do this yourself, but I like to do it. And you just solder the wires together. So you make sure they have a good connection. So you want to heat up the wire first, and then go ahead and apply the solder. And using lead solder just works way better than lead-free solder. You want to heat up the wire and then apply the solder. So we're going to disconnect the power port, and the black wire is the ground and the colored wire is the positive. Now it may be different in your car, so you want to make sure you test it using a voltmeter and find out what is the positive, what is the negative. I'm going to test the positive and the negative. So on my meter, black is negative on my meter. So usually black is negative. And the color wire is usually positive. So right now we have 0 because the car is turned off and the switch is off. So let's turn the switch on. And there we go, 12 volts. So that's what we're going to hook it up to. All right, so right here, I'm going to cut the wire. All right, so I got this wire coming from the fuse box, is the ground. This is the ground to the chassis of the car. This is the ground to the switch. And this is the ground to the power port. So I got the ground on the power port right here. Twist that. And then I got the ground from the headrest monitors. Let's go ahead and twist that up. And I'm going to put my crimp connector on. I'm going to crimp it. There we go. And that feels pretty secure. And then on this side, I'm going to do the same thing. All right, now on the positive wire right here on the power port, let's go ahead and connect the positive. Okay, and that should be good. Now I'm going to connect the green wire. So here we go. So I got my ground cables from the headrest monitor connected. I got my red wires connected to the power port 12 volt line. And let's go ahead and plug it in. And this should turn on my headrest monitors. Let's see, let's turn them on. Let's turn them on. Go. Now over here I connected a PS2, and the reason why I connected a PS2 and not a PS3 is because the PS2 Slim can fit in my glove box and it won't overheat. I drilled a hole, exhaust hole in the back of my glove box. I did a separate video for that, how to install TV and PS2 in your car. And it has a built-in DVD player and it plays games, of course. Here's the PS2 cables right here. And what you're going to need is the Y adapter. This is the RCA Y adapter. 1 female, 2 males. This is a couple bucks, and you're going to need 3 of these. Video 1, connect it to that. And it says V1 on the cable. So you'll see on the cable, it'll say V1. And then the driver's side wire harness for the headrest monitor, that would connect to the other side, and that would be V1 as well, right here. And you want to connect the other Y adapters to the audio as well. Now I'm going to plug in my power inverter for my PS2. It plugs in right here. Alright, now what's really cool about this toggle switch, it has a built-in fuse and an LED. So when you turn it on, the power is passing through the fuse and the LED. So you know actually it's active, it's turned on. The PS2 is powered by a power inverter. That is a 150 watt power inverter that's connected to my cigarette lighter port. Okay, let's go ahead and turn on the PS2. Thanks guys for watching. If this video was informative, give me a big thumbs up. If you want more how-to videos coming your way, click on the subscribe button and click on the share button if you know anyone that's interested in getting headrest monitors.